What is up guys, welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. A lot of you, either scooter or BMX riders, you probably ride standard grips such as ODIs. Well, I've actually got a replacement for that, and that is bar tape. I'm going to get straight into this video and teach you how to install bar tape, so let's go. What you're going to need for this, you're going to need bar tape, scissors, electrical tape, bar ends, and of course, your scooter. To make this a bit easier, I'm going to place it down here, because obviously you're installing the grips and the bars up here, so it's a good angle. But first, when you look at the box, there'll be two of these rolls in there, but I've already used one. So yeah, it'll come in a roll like this, but I'm not actually going to use this one because I've already used some. I'm going to put this back in the box. But literally, you can pick up some of this bar tape for about a tenner. I got this from Halfords. It's a really good deal, especially for 2 pairs of them. Yeah, I'm going to place this down here, and as you can see, these are already being used. They're about a week old now. Obviously, if they're brand new, you're going to have to untape a bit and then unroll them. What I actually had to do was cut this in half because it actually came in one massive big roll. So I cut it in half. That means that I've got one for each grip. Right, before installing the bar tape, you want to grab your bar ends. So I got them here. I haven't actually used these. I'm not sure what they are, but they're not ODIs. What you can do, you can either just push them straight in like this. That doesn't always work and you can't get it all the way in. What I usually do is go against a wall or something and push it against the wall and make sure they go fully in. Right, so you basically want to get your bar end and just put it a little bit in the end. Once you can't get it any further, just push against the wall. Right, the bar end won't always go all the way in, as you can see. What I'm going to have to do is get a tool, but you can use a hammer if you wanted. So I'll be right back. Right, I've got the spanner here. It's obviously not a hammer. It's actually really hard, I don't know why it's not going all the way in. So yeah, I've got like a tiny bit left. I really have tried to hammer that as much as I can. It won't go all the way in, so. Once you've installed your bar ends, you can install your bar tape. You got to make sure that you got the right side facing outwards. If you feel it, like rub along like that, you'll feel that one side is really smooth and the other side is quite rough. Basically, just pick a side. It doesn't matter what side because they should be both flat. You want to make sure that the sticky side, or the bit that's going to grip onto the bars, is facing away from you. Once you got it facing away from you, you're going to want to hold it like this and put the top over like that, a little bit going over, just so it's along the top. Put it round, put a finger underneath to hold it there. Stretch it, make sure you do stretch it each time. Put it back over that. That'll be how you start off your bar tape. I'm going to switch lenses now, just show you in more detail how to do your bar tape. So get this, put it over the top, about halfway, and then put it right round, hold your finger on it, then make sure you stretch it so it's quite tight, and then just keep doing this all the way around. Something that's going to help you out quite a bit is when you actually wrap it, you want to make sure that you overlap the one before halfway. So I'll show you how to do that now. What I mean by halfway is literally going up halfway, and then you want to put it as tight as you can, stretch it, make sure you got your finger on it, put it around again, halfway. Right, so I pulled it around here and then there, and you basically want to keep doing this all the way up to the bars, and you definitely want to make sure you do it the right length for you, because if you do it too long and short, that's going to be frustrating, because when you tape it off, you'll be like, oh, I have to do it again. Just make sure you got it the right length before you actually tape it off and stuff. Just do this the whole way. Right, so now we've made it to the end. Just feel it and make sure that it feels good for you. Yep, that's really good. Right, so I'm just going to give you a better angle of what it looks like. So what I meant by halfway is if you see these lines here, that's where I've actually wrapped it around, that's the edge of it. So final product, it should look like this. You might have to undo it and do it up again, just to make sure that it's the good length for you. Just keep adjusting it until you find it good for you. If you look at the end here, it flaps off and it's just completely flat, and you're gonna wanna cut it down diagonally. It may be quite hard to cut, but you'll get the hang of it. Right, there we go. Throw this excess bit away. As you can see now, we've got a diagonal bit like this. So now it looks a lot better and it's not going to be a massive line, a bulge going across. Once you've got it in the right position, make sure you're holding your finger on it. Just stick with electrical tape. Now, I got it from Poundland. It was literally £1 for 4 of these and they're quite big. I've used quite a bit of it now, but yeah, literally £1 for 4 of these, not much. Make sure it's wrapped how you want it. get the tape, put it on the start, put a bit of tape over, so like that. A big thing you want to make sure is you don't have little creases in the tape, because if you have creases it'll be really uncomfortable to grip. So you want to have your finger like literally pushing where the tape is about to stick down behind it. You can stretch electrical tape, so that's really helpful. Go about twice round, then come off, make sure that it's all good. Now I'm going to do the same for the other side. There we go, perfect. So now they are fully done, as you can see. Yep, really good. Done the bar tape. I'm going to put my scooter over here. Okay, so I've got some top tips for installing the bar tape. The first thing is that you've got to make sure that you really do stretch it as much as you can. Not too much, not too less, because you want it the perfect balance so it's tight enough that it's not going to come loose when you're riding and gripping the grips. The second thing is that you want to hold your finger on it to make sure that it doesn't loosen up. If you accidentally let go, it's not all going to like loosen up everything and then you have to restart. The third thing is making sure that when you bring the tape around, you want to make sure that it goes halfway across, not a quarter, not 3/4. Make sure that it is halfway round or close enough to it, because if you do bring it halfway around each time, that'll be the perfect length for a grip. The fourth thing that can help you is when taping, make sure that you tape as tightly as you can, pushing into it so there's no creases formed or anything. And also when cutting the tape diagonally, you want to make sure you cut it outwards. To be honest, it's not too hard to do, just experiment around with it and hopefully they'll look like mine, if not better. Okay, so I'm going to give you some reasons why you should buy bar tape over normal grips. The first thing is that they last super long. For me personally, if I got ODI long necks, they lasted like 2 months and then they eventually just rip, like wear down so much that they just rip. But yeah, with bar tape, they don't really wear down at all. It's not going to wear down, it's just become rough, but it won't ever wear down like actual grips. The second thing relates to your hand sweating. Now, personally for me, with ODI grips and stuff like that, if I'm riding indoor skate parks such as like Charge, they're always sweat. After a few hours, they're sweat and it'll be really hard to do tricks. And then have to get your t-shirt, put it over the grips, rub the sweat off and everything, and it just gets really annoying. Every time I try a new trick, I have to put my t-shirt around it and it just gets annoying. But with bar tape, you're not actually gonna sweat up or anything, because basically they absorb sweat. If you're riding for a long period of time, you're not gonna get loads of sweat with them. You're not actually gonna realize it anyway. You're just gonna have good grip with it and your hands aren't gonna throttle around or slip or anything. Yeah, it's a really good choice to get bar tape. To be honest, that's about it. They stop you from sweating and they're really long lasting. The only downside to them may be that after like 2 months or something, you may have to replace them due to them being a bit rough. I would much rather pay money to get new ones of them than buy whole new grips. You have to replace grips more frequently, so yeah, definitely bar tape, because you won't have to replace them as frequently. And you can still bear with a bit of roughness on there. Okay, so I taught you how to install bar tape. I really hope this helped you out and you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what other tutorials or other videos I should do in the future, share the video about, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video.